Shedeur Sanders balled out in his preseason debut. And I get it. It's just preseason. Maybe it doesn't hold any value to you. He looked like a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Now, maybe that's not saying a lot. Their quarterback room isn't the greatest of all time. But you know what this week was? That was a silencing of the haters' performance from Shedeur Sanders. You know what's ironic? The people who say it's only preseason and it doesn't count are the same individuals who would clown and laugh at Shedeur had he crapped the bed on Friday night. That's the kind of culture we are dealing with. I am choosing to support Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry. Maybe he didn't deserve to be a top 3 NFL draft pick. I get it. He fell in the draft. It is what it is. Forget the draft. Forget what happened a few months ago. We're dealing with the Browns and the NFL now. What I watched tonight was Shedeur Sanders have an incredible preseason debut, an NFL debut. For his first career game, he looked composed, fairly accurate. The ball had a hell of a spin on it. He looked sharp, decisive, and it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There were certainly points in the game where he was scrambling a little bit too much, trying to do a little bit too much, caught up a little bit. But hey, for a first performance, that was pretty solid. For being the 4th quarterback on the depth chart, that was pretty good. And I love how the haters are now coming out and saying, oh, it's just a preseason, who cares? Let's see what he can do in the regular season. Calm down. It was only the Panthers. Why is there always an excuse for Shedeur Sanders now? Why? He fell in the draft. People didn't believe in him. He worked his way up the depth chart. And yes, maybe it was by luck he started for the Browns tonight, but he balled out. And we got to give him praise for that. And I love it because there were so many critics that did not believe in Shedeur Sanders. And he showed us tonight he at least belongs in the NFL. For sure. No doubt in my mind. Now, what the future holds, I have no clue. I don't know if he'll be the starter this year. He's definitely got a shot from what I saw in his performance tonight. He threw 2 touchdowns, both of them great reads, both of them dimes in the end zone. And he improvised. When he was in his own end zone, he stood in the pocket and delivered footballs on time, precisely, with no fear, with no doubts, without a doubt in his mind, nothing. He looked really solid. And I think we need to give him an applause, an apology letter, because a lot of you fans out there said Shedeur Sanders couldn't do it even at a preseason level. You had no belief in him, no faith. And I thought he pulled up Friday night ready to go, showed out, and showed us why he belongs in the NFL and why he's an NFL caliber quarterback. You know, I wouldn't be surprised at all if by the end of the season, Shedeur is the starter for the Cleveland Browns. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. I think the unprecedented fall in the draft was more than just a talent issue, and we're kind of seeing that now. Again, not going to overreact. This was one preseason game, but I only think it's fair that we praise Shedeur considering all the hate and criticism that he's received since entering the league for really doing absolutely nothing. He's shown up to Browns camp and worked his tail off every single day. He's gained the respect of a lot of people in Cleveland in that locker room, per reports that I've read. And today was another example of the maturity that maybe he's grown a little bit coming into the league. Maybe he was a little full of himself coming out of college, expected to be a top 5 draft pick. He was a little humbled in the draft process. I'm sure he's built himself back up. Shedeur's built a new image for himself and came out, balled out. I respect it. I thought it was a phenomenal performance. Now, speaking of phenomenal performances, it was a great night for the NFL preseason. Two things stood out to me. First was Shedeur Sanders. Secondly, the Pats are back, baby. I can't believe I am so heavily supporting a division rival of my Buffalo Bills. But as an unbiased sports media influencer who runs this football podcast, I got to tell you, I fully believe in the Patriots. I have since literally January said that they could easily be a playoff team this year if things panned out right, and it looks like they are. That opening kick return touchdown by Travion Henderson was elite. The Patriots haven't had weapons like this in so long. They haven't had the luxury of that kind of speed offensively in the backfield in forever. Travion Henderson looks like an absolute dog. Drake May, calm, composed, great arm, cool, calm, collective, everything you want in a starting quarterback. He led a touchdown drive, and the Patriots spanked the Commanders. Now again, preseason, totally understand, does not tell me anything I need to know about the regular season. With that all being said, though, carries a little bit of weight right now. It's the only football I've watched all year long, obviously, besides the Super Bowl and everything that happened in January and February. This season, all we have to go off is the preseason. Patriots look dangerous. They're firing on all cylinders. Defense looks great. Offense looks electric. This is the most offensive firepower they've had since Tom Brady left. And those last few years of Brady, it kind of faded off. So really, this has been a long time coming, I feel like, for the Patriots. 5, 7, 8 years now without Brady and that dominance. Drake May is the quarterback of the future. I cannot say enough about how much I believe in Drake May. I could go all day about Drake May and his abilities, and when I watch Drake May play, I truly see a future top 10 quarterback in the NFL. I truly believe it. Drake May will be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL at one point in his career. Wouldn't be surprised if it's within the next 2, 3, 4 years. And now that they've established some weapons on offense, the blazing speed of Travion Henderson, Stephon Diggs, an elite route runner, Kyle Williams, who they got in the draft, Pop Douglas, who maybe he just needs a veteran number one receiver to work behind and maybe he'll break out. Will Campbell looked like a dog in the preseason game. Unlimited stamina, burying guys into the ground. It was incredible. All I'm going to say. I'm not going to come out here, make any more bold predictions about the Pats. I've talked about them enough. Pats are back. And every other AFC team just watched them dismantle the Commanders in the preseason. Wouldn't be surprised if they put on in the regular season and make the playoffs. The entire AFC has been put on notice with the Patriots now. Watch out. That's all I'm going to say.